Welcome to Pammie Plus Parks. I am Pammie, your plus-size fairy godmother. I'm really excited to be sharing this ride with you. It's a wonderful family-friendly ride that should be something everyone can enjoy. You know, there's no height restriction for this ride, so that means even your littlest kids can enjoy it with you. Welcome to a very special ride review for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway here at Hollywood Studios, Walt Disney World. I'm going to share with you my personal experience as a plus-size person, and along the way give you information for people who have mobility, accessibility, cognitive and sensory concerns. I even have information for families traveling with small children. It's actually rope drop, so it's right after 8 a.m. The line is at 150 minutes. It's a Wednesday morning. It's not like it's any holiday or anything special like that. The line's just very long. Wheelchairs and ECVs are allowed throughout the entire queue for this ride, as are walkers, rollators, canes, and other mobility devices, but strollers are not allowed. Before you get in line, check in with a cast member to find out where you should park your stroller and make sure you take all your valuables off the stroller. If you're using a cane or a walker, rollator, or other smaller mobility device, your cast member will take that from you as you board, and then they'll return it to you after you get off the ride. There's also no weight limit for this ride, and the lap bar is supposed to be very accommodating for people of many different sizes and physical abilities. So I'll be checking all of that out for you throughout this video. But let me share with you some information about myself that might help you decide if this ride will work for you and your family. I am 5 feet 4 inches tall. I weigh 328 pounds, and I wear US women's sizes 26 or 4X. Although there's no height restriction for this ride, children under 7 must ride with someone who is 14 or older. And I will keep an eye out on this ride for any visual sensitivities, any fog effects or flashing lights or anything like that that might affect people who have sensitivities. If you have vision or hearing concerns and you want an assisted listening device or an audio descriptive device, you can get those at guest services. There may actually be a small deposit for both of those instruments, but they have audio descriptive and assisted listening capabilities for this ride. I was in line for about an hour before we finally got under full cover. Keep that in mind if you're going to be here in the summer, to make sure you have water, a hat, and you're fully protected. Here we go into the sweet, sweet air conditioning. It's about 9:30 and the standby is now only 105 minutes, so it actually dropped down significantly. So maybe waiting until the park has been open for an hour or so before you get in line might actually be a better option. Throughout the line, they have these wonderful posters of the new Mickey Mouse shorts that you'll find on the Disney Channel, and I've also seen them on YouTube. Those posters are actually like TV screens where you'll see the poster animate out and another fresh poster will come up. Let's talk about motion sensory concerns. This ride will travel backwards. It does a little bit of spinning, and there's some back and forth motion as well. Apparently the vehicle motion is very smooth and it's not jarring, but it's something that a lot of people with many different sort of physical concerns are going to enjoy without issue. But if you have severe motion sickness and motion concerns, please take that into consideration before trying this ride. As someone with auditory sensory concerns, I can say that now that we're inside this building, it's really loud in here. My personal recommendation is to have earplugs to block out some of the extra noise, or noise canceling headphones if you have an auditory sensory concern. If you guys really appreciate the information that I'm offering and you want to see more videos like this, please consider becoming a patron yourself for as little as $2 a month. There's a link down below in the description of this video. You can check it out and see if it's something you'd be interested in. Patrons, you are amazing. You make everything possible, and you are helping tens of thousands of people make the most of their vacations. Thank you. Once you get through the main part of the building and you're getting ready to enter the theater, there are some ramps that you'll go down to get lower into the theater. They're nice wide ramps, and they easily accommodate wheelchairs and ECVs. And they're not too terribly steep. They're pretty easy to navigate. So we're in an area right now where we wait to enter a theater where there is a pre-show before you board the ride. The pre-show sets the tone of what the story is.
All the way up to that yellow line, all the way down, so all that available space.
Well, it looks like we're actually walking into the cartoon, and you may have noticed there's a little bit of a smoke effect, but it stayed right around the entrance to go into the ride, and it dissipated very quickly. So it took about an hour and 40 minutes-ish from the end of the line into the movie portion or the pre-show portion. So it looks like we're going through here, and maybe we'll be going to the boarding area next. The vehicles for this ride have a shared lap bar for multiple riders. So you might have 3 or 4 people in your row, and that shared lap bar will come down as far as the largest person in the row. Don't be alarmed about that. This is a mild ride without any jolts or bouncing, so everyone will be safe. The lap bar is there more as an encouragement to keep you seated throughout the ride. It isn't actually holding you in. So if you are a larger parent with a smaller child, your child will still be safe.
Well, hey there, Runaway Railroad riders!
There is another small queue section inside this area after you get through the pre-show, but it looks like it moves really, really fast. Looks like these rails extend all the way out if you want to hang on to them. It's a narrow opening and a small step down. It was pretty easy to board.
Ride around the park. And thanks for sticking with me. Hey, picnickers! Told you nothing was gonna go wrong. Gosh, what's this lever do? Here we are, back in the barn.
That was a super fun, super cute, family-friendly ride. I'm gonna share with you some information about sensory concerns on the ride, as well as some information about motion sickness you might experience as well. Let's go grab a seat and something to drink. We'll go over the details. As you exit the ride, this is where they would have your strollers and ECVs waiting for you. All right, let's talk about some of the particulars of the ride, like motion sickness and sensory concerns. There is a section of the ride where there's a tornado and a storm with a little bit of flashing lightning, but that occurs on a wall and it's a little bit far away from you, and I actually didn't see it until the last second. So it didn't really catch my eye, and I don't know that it will be a major issue for people with light sensitivity. Now, from a motion sickness point of view, the ride is actually a little bit calmer than Winnie the Pooh here at Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World, because there's no bouncing to the ride. It's a flat ride. In Daisy Duck's dance studio, the cars move back and forth a little and forward and back a little bit. Some people, if you happen to have a lot of motion sickness issues, that might bother you. But the only section of the ride that I think might have an issue for people with visual sensory concerns or motion sickness is the waterfall section of the ride. As you can see, you get the sensation as though you're going over a waterfall. However, you're not. Your car is sitting completely still and flat. Boarding and exiting the ride was actually very easy. There are some rails that you can hang onto that go right out to the car to get into it. But you don't really need that because you can grab onto the seat backs to get in. And although the opening to get on the ride looks kind of narrow, it's so low that it's about where your knees are. So if you are a plus size person, you're not trying to squeeze your belly through that opening, you're just getting your calves through it, one calf at a time, one leg at a time. And although there is a step down, it's not significant. You don't have to step on the seat and then step down into the ride. You can literally step right from the platform down onto the floor of the ride. Keep in mind, there is a boarding area where they will give you extra time, all the time you need to get on and off the ride. So ask for that if you think you'll have trouble getting on and off. And if you are transferring from a wheelchair or an ACV into the ride, keep in mind that the cast members cannot assist you in getting in and out. You will need to be able to get in and out yourself or with the help of someone in your party. The single lap bar was very comfortable, and in fact, when it came down, they didn't even push it all the way down to hit me, and I was the largest person in my row. But we really didn't need it to hold us in the ride. It was really just there to hang on to and to, you know, encourage us to stay in our seats. If you found the tips for this ride helpful, make sure you check out the entire Hollywood Studios playlist full of videos about rides, dining, shopping, and more to help you make the most of your vacation to Walt Disney World. Until I see you next time, remember, life is a roller coaster. Enjoy the ride.